Hello again, and welcome to part 3 of the jjstylesrocks live stream from 11/10/2020, the second take. Even though it says part 1, at least that it should say part 1 if you're watching this live right now, which would be shocking because I haven't promoted this in any way. This is not on a regular schedule or anything at all like that. Yeah, I just reviewed that part 2, and it worked out. So no time wasted. I mean, like, I heard myself say this podcast and not correct myself. So I know my subconscious lizard brain is still working perfectly, and if that doesn't make sense to you, then you probably didn't watch the part 1 or part 2. But, it's all good. I'm JJ Styles. I'm going to keep saying that because this is a new part. So, owner and proprietor of Bright Idea Records. BrightIdeaRecords.com. Buy some music today. Is that a catchy? Nah, it's not catchy. Alright, so as I was saying in part 2, my little review of Sonic Warrior, the book by the radio DJ Lou Brutus from New Jersey, that does the hard drive and hard drive XL programs nationally, globally, what have you. I wanted to talk about how he played this song. I didn't realize it. I didn't actually hear it because I don't know. I think I might have been crashed out. I have an irregular schedule. It's like, what's the Zen philosophy? Sleep when you're tired, eat when you're hungry. That's kind of what I got going on. I'm probably not the only one that's like that during this whole virus pandemic time period of 2020. But anyways, I don't want to get off topic here. The playlist contained a song that I was like, whoa, that's a sign, man. That's an omen. Because it all kind of ties together. It ties this episode. It's kind of flows a lot. Okay, the potato chips are kind of random, but it's a part of my day, and my day consists of listening to the Lou Brutus show and, listening to this record that I got. And this record that I got, I heard an advertisement on the radio station that plays that Lou Brutus show, hard drive, etc. It was an advertisement saying that you needed to go buy it at Target today. Target, it's a store, like, kind of like Kmart, but unlike Kmart, Target still exists. I think Kmart died. I don't know. But, and yeah, I was quite surprised to hear this advertisement because this release has been out for like a year, I think. I find it hard to believe. I bought this literally. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I bought it about a week or two after it was released. I had plans to get it. I didn't pre-order it. I'm kind of I'm trying not to ramble here, but look, this is kind of like, this is important, okay? I'm not the wisest person in the world, but I do have some life knowledge. Okay? I don't know if any of you have ever seen The Matrix. It's a little movie that has some actors like Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, a whole lot of other people, made by the Wachowski brothers. There's, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm just gonna say there's this moment in the Matrix movie, if you haven't seen it, where, let's just say, there's a phrase that's been known for a really long time. It's called "Know Thyself." Know thyself. So I know thyself, and I don't pre-order things because I'm a fuck up. I'm a lowlife, and I might just never collect on the thing that I pre-order. If I buy a concert ticket, like a month before the concert, I might never go to the fucking concert, okay? If I pre-order a fucking video game, I might never go pick it up because I got shit going on and I can't I can't deal with it. And and then my system might fucking red ring of death or something, and then I can't play it at all, and then it's like, great. I got no way to play this game. What the fuck? So yeah, I know thyself. I don't pre-order things, okay, guys? So yeah, I got this album about a week after it was released. I'm pretty sure it was like last year. I think it was. I find that hard to believe, but time does fly by. Uh, I think I bought this in 2019. Fuck, man. I know it says 2020. Okay, no, it's 2020. I got this in 2020. What do you think? When did they start playing Sickness on the radio? Eh, you know what? This is pointless. The point is I figured that it would have been sold out by now because it's it's a classic. This album is called Amends by Grey Days, and it's really a classic right up there with God. What do you want me to say? Like Nirvana's Nevermind? Or like Jimi Hendrix Electric Ladyland? Or like freaking, Nevermind the Bollocks Sex Pistols? Like, what do you want from me? It's a classic. So I figured it'd be sold out, but they say you still need to buy your Target copies. The Target thing is like a limited edition release where I think you get like, if you buy the CD from Target, you get like 2 bonus tracks at the end of your compact disc. You get like 2 acoustic tracks that I still haven't heard. I I I bought my record. I bought my album. I bought my release from Target, but I opted to get the 12-inch LP collector's edition pack because, like, I I I looked at every option I had, and I was like, I'm not gonna fuck around, man. I'm gonna get this. I'm a nerd, and like I know a collector's edition when I see it. Like, sometimes you buy something and they slap collector's edition on it because, like, I don't know, they're trying to cash in and they think they can take advantage of a Comic Con geek or something. Like, because they might throw in, like, I'm trying not to throw too much. All right, look. I got this little book. I need to switch to my OBS software so you can actually, so I can see what you're seeing, because if I'm going to show you this, you need to actually see it. Wonder if this microphone can fit into a mic stand. What do you think, Yob? Can you fit into a mic stand?
No, brother, I'm too fat. I'm sorry, I meant to go on a diet, but I also meant to start using Rogaine.
Fucking Yob. This guy. You don't need Rogaine, Yob. Your comb over is dead sexy.
Oh, thanks, JJ. I really appreciate that. You're so kind. You're too kind.
Hey, that's my line, okay?
No, that's not your line, because nobody ever praises your music. Your music sucks.
Dude, even you? Alright. Anyways, everybody's a critic, I swear to God. Why did I get up, guys? I got that book right there, and I'm gonna show you. I guess I'm gonna turn out this light. I'm trying to get like a good kind of thing going on here. Oh, yeah, I was thinking the microphone stand, but nah. I'm just gonna kind of lay you here, okay, Yob? You're just gonna have to, like, do your best, okay?
Okay, Jay. I'll do my best. You do.
Okay, thanks, man. Alright. So, yeah, if you, if you purchase this, look, the radio advertisement said to get the CD with the 2 bonus tracks that are only available from Target, yada, yada, yada. That's cool. You probably should, because if you don't, then they're never going to get sold, and they're just going to sit in a warehouse, and it's going to make the band look like losers, and then shit like this will never be worth anything, and collectors won't, you know, look for it, because they'll be like, oh, yeah, it's just a fluke. Yeah, it's just that crappy band that tried to cash in after Bennington offed himself, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, as I was saying earlier, this is like a modern classic. It really is. And all the work and effort that was put into it, you have no idea unless you get this collector's edition, because, well, yes, it does come with this gorgeous... Here, how gorgeous is it? It comes with this gorgeous vinyl. Like, look at that shit, man. That's tight, right? And not only that, but it has new technology. You've never had a record sleeve like this before. This hard shell plastic thingy right here, this is actually it holds the record in place, so that way, you know, it doesn't fall out. Oh no! You gotta be careful not to press the button in the corner. See, there's a button that says press. This one right here. It may say press, but you should only press it if you want to eject the record. If you want to eject the 12-inch, 33 1/3 RPM long plane stereophonic vinyl wax record, well then you should press that button. But if you don't want to eject it, then you shouldn't press it. But when you're flipping it around upside down, demonstrating how well it holds a record while wearing gloves, sometimes that's a little difficult. But I mean, Look at this thing, man. It's like, it's fucking. Who wouldn't want to put that in their LP player? I'll just put it back in. Lock it back into place ever so simply. There's two hooks down here in this corner, and then there's that button up here. So you hook it down there, and then you can press it into place like that. And it's I gotta hold it some. Okay, check it out. Check it out. If I put it in the hooks, press it like that, and then flip it upside down, so I'm not holding the press button. Now I should be able to flip it upside down all kinds of ways. Because, alright. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. They might want to perfect it. You know, the little notches that hold it into place, they could be a little bit longer. But then, you know, they might actually... I can tell they made these little nubs that hold it in place. They made them so short that they're not to actually touch the audio part, the etched part, you know, of the LP. It's mainly to touch the outside, you know, border, the outside, what would you call that, a rim? The outside edge. So, whatever. Now that I've talked about that, a new piece of technology, trademark, whatever, first time ever used on a record, if that doesn't make it collectible, I mean, if that gimmick doesn't make it collectible, it's a pretty cool gimmick. I'm sorry, I kind of like it. And I could probably make those nubs a little bit. Now, whatever. Anyway, it comes with the CD. Okay, see that? So, I mean, it doesn't have the 2 Target bonus tracks. You know, I think maybe I will go pick up that release. I don't know, because I haven't heard them. I have no idea. Maybe they're freaking epic. I don't know. I don't. It could be fantastic. I know you're probably like, come on, JJ, don't lie to us. We know you went to YouTube and fucking you looked them up as soon as your record arrived, and blah blah. And it's like, no, I really didn't. I've been so busy with this. It's kind of an afterthought. I'm not even a. Truth be told, I'm not a big acoustic guy. You know, it's like if you want to put an acoustic guitar into your song, your electrified rock song, well, that would be cool. You know, maybe it could be like that song, I Hate Everything About You, starts out with some acoustic guitar, and then goes and gets heavy. Or maybe it could be like that Tom Petty song, like Living the Dream, or Seeking Out the Dream, Chasing Down a Dream. Yeah, when you hear that acoustic guitar go, because I'm running down the dream, because it wouldn't come to me. You know, that's an acoustic guitar in between the chorus lines. You know, running down the dream. And it sounds pretty cool. But like straight up acoustic, like nothing but like unplugged. Like, I don't know, man. I can take it or leave it usually. But that LP, it gets wrapped in a big chunk of cellophane like this. Okay, describing that it's a 180-gram vinyl plus CD limited edition gatefold with first ever disc tray specially designed for vinyl. 60-page book includes never before seen band photos and ephemera. Exclusive bone white and black splatter colored vinyl. That's how they describe that piece of art. Bone white and black splatter colored vinyl. That's good to know, because I might just want to make a record like that. Like, that's a pretty good gimmick. That's a fucking attractive piece. piece of wax there, man. And when you got it playing on your Techniques, or when you got it playing on your Hitachi or your freaking fuck, what's that USB record player? I got one of those too, but I forget what it's called. Anyways, when you got it playing on your player, you kind of feel like a pimp, but it's irrelevant. It's all about the music, really. Um, the lost music of Chester Bennington. Kerrang! Chester Bennington's original vocals remastered with re-recorded audio. And when they say re-recorded audio, I'm just going to skip ahead in the book because I might as well give you some context as while I'm reading that. So, when they say re-recorded audio, there's stuff like I know how to work a book, don't I? Can I work a book? I don't know. I am a dropout. So, high school dropout, not a grade. Well, yeah, I'm a dropout. Shit. I could work a book. I could work a book, guys. I can. I can. I could work a book. Fuck. Fuck. I don't think there's an index, because if there was an index, I'd be using it right now. Oh. Okay. There's Chris Trainer right there. That long-haired guy over here. Oops. Yeah, Chris Trainer. That's some re-recorded audio. Yeah. And Kristen Davis, he provided some re-recorded audio. Oh, Brennan Brochard, he did some re-recorded audio. Let's see. Is that it? From what I understand, from what I heard, there's this guy, Jamie Bennington, that also provided some re-recorded audio. This guy, it's kind of confusing looking at a screen. This guy right here, this smiley guy over here, I guess that's Jamie Bennington. I believe that's Chris Bennington's son. And I guess he had a lot of fun and provided some vocals, from what I heard. And, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, that's Karsten Dowdell, the drummer's son. And that's Karsten on the drums over there. You're probably saying to yourselves, who? What did he just say? Dowdell? What? What the fuck is he? What? Why? What? What? Oh, hey, check it out. This is a pretty good picture of Jamie Bennington right there. Yeah. All right, here you go. There's Jamie looking like a real professional, all serious like in the sound booth. But yeah, as I was saying, you're like, who? What? Dowdell? What? These are the important things that you get to learn when you have this book. Like, when you look at these lyric samples, that say, Morai Sky, Morai, I can never say it right. Morai Sky. Sean Dowdell at the top, Chris Bennington right there, written together. Oh, here's another one. In Time, Sean Dowdell and Chris Bennington. Hey, so Sean Dowdell is the drummer guy. And he worked with Chris, and Jamie works with Karsten. So it's like a band that's affecting generations now already, which is or an album that is affecting generations now, which is one of those things that marks the importance of an album. You know, like the way Nirvana's Nevermind is affecting millennials just as heavy as it did the Generation X crowd. That's indicative of the profundities of a classic recording. Like, you know, yeah, music is pretty subjective. Like, the way I see it, Anti Nowhere League is all their shit's classic. You know, I think I indicated that in part two, talking about the Metallica chapter of Lou Brutus's book. So when I say it, it's rather arbitrary, but at the same time, Anti Nowhere League, they have influenced Metallica, a world renowned, super famous, super rich, fucking mega band. Like, so perhaps I think it was self-titled. I don't actually have a copy on me. It's one of those CDs or albums that you buy over and over because you carry it around with you and end up leaving it, at places because you just like, I don't know, when you're partying, you lose track of shit. Yeah, I don't know. If you can relate to that, if you know me and that if I have left some shit at your place, please comment in the comments below. But yeah, so enough about that. I'll go into more detail about what you actually get. You get this nice little picture book. I like picture books like this. I have several. One of my favorites is called Punk Rock Album Covers. It's a pretty old book that I got like 20 years ago at Barnes & Noble. And it's one of the best books I've ever bought. It has like one great big punk rock album cover per page, but then it has four smaller ones on the page next to it. So you get a lot of large content that you can like look at and study and trip out on, but at the same time, it is still a completionist type archive of punk rock album covers because when you multiply the pages, it's like, let's say there's 100 pages, you get 50 full page covers, and then 4 times 50, you would get 200. So you end up with 250 album covers instead of just 100. So you can see how that would be a good design for this type of a book if you were going to make something like that. But this is a great size for, a picture type book thing. This whole flower theme is what they go with for the amends release. There's this cool mosaic on the back page that, it's a mosaic because it's made up of photographs. And but it ends up looking like that. They're like computer generated. We actually, everybody knows what it is. I don't have to explain it. But and yeah, there's another picture of the man, the myth, the rest in peace guy right there. But he also starts out the book. We got a couple of close-up, trippy pictures, start things out, and then you flip it over, and here's the band. You got Chester Bennington right here. Okay, let me flip the light. Okay, you end up get proper light. How can I do this? Let's see. Okay, there's Chester right there. Hi. Hi, I'm Chester. Alright, there. Here is Sean Dowdell, the drummer. I don't know if you can tell at this close up, you know, he's an intense motherfucker. I was saying in the Lost live stream, this every picture I see of this guy, his eyes are more focused, like than anybody like in every picture. You know what, like you know what I mean, right? Like he looks like he's not like bug-eyed. Bug-eyed is like, hey, I'm bug-eyed. I'm googly-eyed, like fucking Trailer Park guy, Bubbles. He's not googly-eyed. He's just like, really focused-looking motherfucker. And I'm not surprised because his drum beats are always on point, it seems. And we got Kristen Davis here on guitar. It's interesting what time has done to that guy because kind of looks like a hipster dude these days. But back in the day, he's kind of more like a 90s. Oh, this is the page I was trying to fucking find. I don't know why it was. These pages are so stuck together. Either these guys are so grungy they make the pages stick together, or somebody got a hold of my book and I just. But when it says re-recorded tracks, here's some more contributors to the re-recorded tracks. Yes, that's right. We got Brian Head Welch on this side, and we got Monkey over here on this side. Yeah, and or rather James Schaefer, James Monkey Schaefer. So we got Head and Monkey here, and there's some more photos of them looking slightly like this little one here in the corner. A little more. Come on, Jay, you can do it. This one right here in the corner, I believe that's Monkey speaking with the producer. Yeah, that's S.A. Jones, the producer, talking with. Oh no, that's Head. Yeah, yeah. Okay, S.A. Jones talking with Head, while Monkey is kind of like sitting there, kind of like jamming and listening. Candid moment of what a lot of work got put into this to make it sound fucking rad. And guess what, guys? It ended up pretty fucking rad. Like, I'm just trying to give you some backstory here. I feel like I know these guys because I've heard about them for years. Like, I've known people that said they were great, and when Linkin Park got famous, like, those voices got even louder. Because who doesn't want to, obviously these people felt cool. They're like, oh yeah, I'm a Grey Day. Yeah, you like Linkin Park. Good for you. I'm a Grey Days fan. And the average reaction is, who the fuck is Grey Days? What, are they making that up? Is that a real band? It's like, yeah, they're kind of weird. I think they saw a band one time and they thought the singer was Chester Bennington, so now they tell this story to everybody about this amazing band, Grey Days, and they just some people, they need attention, whatever. And it's like that's what it felt like for years. These weird people that I knew that would say Grey Days, Grey Days, whatever. All right, so I was trying to show you Chris, but at least I found that corn picture. All right, this is Mace Bayers, Mace the Bass Bayers. It doesn't say the bass, but he literally is the bass player. Alright. So, and, you know, this is what they looked like when they were just, back in simpler times. That's the phrase. Ah, simpler times, gentlemen, simpler times. They were making the album cover for Morai Sky back in the 93 to 95 era. We got Jason Barnes, Chester Bennington, Jonathan Krause, and Sean Dowdell. So, and here's those lyrics like I was showing earlier. Or no, not Moray Scott. Okay, this is Wake Me. Yeah, when I was waiting for this fucking Amends album to get released, listening to Sickness on the radio, just going, God damn it, why don't they just release it already? I found, some like YouTube downloads of tracks from the Wake Me release, which it was interesting. I heard it and I was like, hey, they're okay. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna get ripped off on this Amends release. It's probably gonna be pretty good. I mean, Wake Me's good stuff, and I mean, from a historical perspective, as a music fan, it's essential listening, you know. But to somebody who's just like first, discovering this stuff, it's like, oh, okay. But then again, perhaps Amends is one of those albums that might not register with everyone. It's like after listening to it, like I think I've probably listened to it 150 times. Like I literally was playing it every day for several months, like sometimes twice or even 3 times a day. Because like I just fucking liked it and it sounds really good on my stereo. I got a pretty pimp ass stereo here. In the Lost live stream, I was talking about these ADAT tapes. Those are the original ADAT tapes that they recorded onto for the 1994 Wake Me recording session that we were just talking about. In case you're unfamiliar, ADAT is a technology that uses SVHS videotapes in order to record audio, and the audio that they record using ADAT technologies, the protocol, the technology, what have you, it is 8 tracks. So it's kind of like an old school 4-track recorder, which a lot of people are familiar with. You've got like an audio cassette tape that you'd buy at the store. Audio cassette, like you'd put into your car, audio cassette player, that people can record 4 tracks of audio if they use both sides at the same time. It's kind of how the technology works, I think. And so, I digress. This ADAT technology basically doubled the track capacity, which is a pretty big deal for an independent type, low budget type, up and coming artist type of situation. So, and yeah, here's some more. I already showed you that. There's some lyrics in the background for "Started to Fly," and it says, "Pops, all of this would not have happened without you. I love you very much, Chester." That's a personal address, personal thank you from Chester to his father, apparently. I mean, who else would you call Pops, right? And yeah, there's just like a whole bunch of cool shit like that in here. What can I say? You know, this right here is one of those rare pictures of Sean where he doesn't have the super focused eyes, but the way he's looking at the drum set, I'll bet he does. You just can't tell because like he's looking down. So like it's like if I look at you with super focused eyes and then I look down like that, the more I look down, it probably gets tougher to tell that I look like that. But whatever. That's one of the nice things about what was I? I'm not sure if it was part one or part two, but I was saying I like music and I like computers because I can write music and I can write computers. Yeah, it's kind of nice finding something you can zone in and focus on. Because I mean, you know, it's kind of creepy when you bang somebody like that. You know, it's no, I'm just kidding. No, it's nice to find a nice inanimate object that you can just totally focus on. Sometimes it's a good state of mind. And I was talking about this marquee here for the electric ballroom. Here we go. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. You know what? Whatever. You get the idea. It's a marquee. It's kind of looks like the ones we got at the Rialto Theater here in Tucson. And I swear to God, I hope it's called a marquee because I'm just gonna look at. No, I don't have that. I think that's the right word. I kept saying that in the Lost live stream, and hopefully, yeah, hopefully that's a mic. I think that's the marquee might be the thing up at the top though, with like the letters that you gotta use a stick to remove. Fuck, man, I'm not sure. But and you know, there's Chester looking like the happiest guy in the world or whatever. I don't know, he's kind of Chinese eyes right there if you ask me. But and I know he's not Chinese. But this is a good opportunity to demonstrate some of the other bonus material that you get if you do this collectible LP thing that I did. You just saw an electric ballroom marquee, right? In that art book. But oh, what's this here? Woo! Electric ballroom marquee, newspaper, weekly type clipping. That's pretty authentic, man. And that is so cool. Like, I personally feel a good connection with this. Like, the Meat Puppets, my old band leader used to live down the street from those guys, like up in Phoenix or whatever. And he would tell me stories just like about, I mean, he wasn't bosom buddies with the Meat Puppets or anything, don't get me wrong, but he was neighbors with them and he was a musician. You know what it's like when you have a music scene going on and you got, you know, another band that's like neighbors. You know, it's like you're not like living up each other's asses or anything, you know. That is, unless you start a side project. In which case, then it practically is like the bands are living up each other's asses. But, you know, if you're just neighbors, it's just kind of cool because, like, when you have band practice and you're like, we just played the set list 3 times. We're perfect for that gig tomorrow. Let's just call it, all right? Let's drink some beers. I got some burgers in the fridge. I'll grill them up on the barbecue. You go outside, drink your beers, eat your burgers, and what do you hear? You hear your neighbors doing their set list. And you're like, this is a nice environment. I got some okay music to listen to. And I'm not saying necessarily that's what it was like for my, you know, dearly departed band leader and the Meat Puppets, but then again, that's kind of exactly what it's like. So, But, you know, then there's also the days when you go over at 9 in the morning and you go, hey, can you smoke a doob with me, dude? Not that they did that. I'm just saying that's the kind of thing my old band leader would have done to just about anybody. Dude, I need a doob really bad, man. But, and then there's this band Warsaw right here that's pretty well known. I think they recorded at the Paparoos Studio. I think that's what they called it, which is the studio where ZTTF Mania was recorded, which is that album that has that band leader guy. Anyway, yeah, this is like some deep shit, man. This really takes me back. This is like an authentic. They try to make all this shit authentic, you know. Like this is like a lyric sheet printed on like some ruled paper, you know, like so many lyrics end up written on. You know, really authentic. It's like it's trippy almost. It makes you almost feel like if I was to crumple this up and like leave it laying around, like somebody might stumble upon it and be like, "Is this real? Do you know? Did you know Chris Bennington?" Like it's that trippy. Like how authentic this stuff is, you know. Like this little negative reel that they included, you know, it's like a 5-strip of photo negatives, Kodak 5063 style film, you know. Freaking, you even end up with a dossier, I guess. It's what it seems like. Well, that's the way. Okay, that's the way it's packaged. It's packaged like a dossier. I think that's the right term. Like if I was working for Interpol or something, and they asked me to investigate Grey Days, this American band that's coming to France that, you know, might be engaging in illicit, illegal activities, so I should become familiar with them. You know, they might hand me a packet like this, and they might say, here's your dossier, study it well. Right? I don't know. I've never been a spy, but I've seen like a James Bond movie or two. It seems like that's the way it would go down. Get a manila envelope with a bunch of information about your. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, here's like something that's like a photograph that you would, you know, get developed at, you know, your local drugstore or your 1-hour turnaround photo booth like you see in the movies, like they used to have. Oh, and isn't this a cute photo? This is like, if I can actually get you to see it. Isn't that cute? That's like Chester with dreadlocks. Yeah, there's quite a few pictures of Chester. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a teenager. They say he was 15 when he joined up, and the guys were actually 17. He was the kid of the group. So, you know, here's a nice band photo, you know, made up, touched up, individual photos put together into a group photo. Like, this is a personal note from Kalinda Bennington. This is a personal note from Susan Eubanks. This is a personal note from the record label Loma Vista. This is a personal note from Grey Days, the band, as of December 13th, 2019. And this is where they talk about 15-year-old tester and them being 17, etc., etc. And that's what comes in the dossier packet. I'm glad to get that done and over with because I didn't really go over everything in the Lost live stream. So, and you know, this is important. It really is. Just saying. Rarely have I encountered recording, you know, where they've gone this far out of their way to provide an experience for the listener. You know, this is an experience. If the music, listening to the music is an experience, sure, but listening to the music and looking at this stuff at the same time, that's a different experience. It's a more personal experience, really. It really is. It's quite personal. Way more personal than any other band usually tries to do. Shit. But, I guess I'll go over the art book a little bit more. You know, this is what I wanted to do, guys. I just wanted to talk about the Biggie Smalls chips, the Sonic Warrior book, and the Grey Days of Men's release. That's it. Seems like a pretty simple thing to do, but I don't know. Sometimes I just have some bad luck, and it's everything is a little bit more work. Everything for me, everything for JJ Styles is just a little more work than it would take for anybody else. And I can't explain why it always ends up that way. It always ends up that way. It takes me a little more time, a little more effort. I gotta do, you know, it's just a little, but yeah. The quality of my work speaks for itself. So, you know, if you put in the time, you end up with a better product, obviously. Just check out some of the works by JJ Styles, and you'll know what I mean. But, fuck, guys. I kind of want to show you everything, but then again, I don't want to spoil it. You know, you get to learn about all the people involved. You get to see some great history. Here's those focused eyes that I'm talking about, man. Look at that motherfucker. Can you see that? That is one focused drummer. I'm not fucking around. I respect that. I respect it. I don't know. I live in the dirty tea, man. I live in Tucson, Arizona. I've met a lot of unfocused people with Chinese eyes, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Everybody is their own planet of. Everybody is their own universe. Okay. I learned not to discredit or. Man. But I like working with focused people because I tend to get shit done. So I respect that. I respect a focused looking motherfucker. I really have to. And see, knowing that dude worked on the songs and has his name on, I'm not surprised, man. Working with a focused individual is it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, really. As long as they're not too inflexible. But, fuck, guys. I don't want to spoil this. Look, okay? There's really, like, just for an example, there's really cool memorabilia type flyer shit, personal photo type shit, and, you know, trippy artwork type shit. So, I mean, and it's like 60 pages worth, I guess. You know? Oh, and, I don't know. It's a nice little trip down memory lane, and you can tell that the guys, they really try to showcase the cool shit from back in the day. Like look at that, look at that. The bass player, he had his own cartoon like caricature. You know, this is like one of those caricatures that you get when you're hanging out on the Santa Monica Pier, and there's like somebody with like an easel there, and they go, "Hey, $10. I'll draw a picture of your girlfriend." You know, and it's like, you know, she ends up going, "Oh, you should have him draw a picture of you. That'd be hilarious," you know, or something. And then you end up with a picture, and then like you're like, "Hey, why'd you make my nose so big? What the fuck?" And then she goes, "Oh, it's not that big." He goes, "Are you kidding? Look what this asshole did." He's like, "Well, I'm kind of a caricature specialist. It's what I do. I take your features and I emphasize them to make it look like you magnify." And then you go, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna kick your ass. You're a bitch. I don't look like that." And then it's like, but that was a pretty good caricature. There's really nothing too bad about it. But I'm pretty sure I've seen that scenario in like a chick flick before. Probably one with Ben Stiller. He's probably like, "Hey, when you make my..." I don't know. I guess that's it, guys. Let's see. The book to the album. I know I'm always digesting and doing music shit, but I felt like this particular stuff needed my endorsement, promotion. I don't know. You know, uh, Sonic Warrior is a new book, so if you don't enjoy it now, well, you won't really be a part of the trend or the phenomenon or whatever. Amends is still a relatively new release, and if you don't buy it, it might never become recognized as the true classic that it is, which would really be a shame, because this is my hometown. I live in my hometown. I've toured all over the United States of America, and I had childish little dreams of moving to different places and this and that and the other, thinking it might be better because growing up here sucked. I was like, "Man, our shopping malls are nothing like the Santa Monica shopping mall," and like, "Oh, we don't even have a theme park in Tucson. You got to go to Phoenix, and all they have is castles, and coasters. Fuck Arizona. This place sucks." You know, you think about all the things you don't have, but then when you travel the country and go to the places that have the things that you don't have, but then you see the things that they don't have that you have, and you start to realize, whoa, shit, I take my hometown for granted. Goddamn. Kind of reminds me of the time we drove through Gary, Indiana. But I digress. I don't think there's enough famous bands. The more famous bands, the better. Like, the way I'd like to have an actual music industry scene, because I'm pretty stupid. I've been trying to be a music industry guy for a long time. I was kind of born into it, you might say. And I'm really stupid, guys. Like, I have an account with a performing rights management organization known as a PRO. I'm not going to tell you which one, but you can easily find out. Bright Idea Records, Failure and Rejection Publishing. And once I got the publishing company going on, I use that primarily, I stopped registering songs with my artist account, like the song. So every song that I've written for the past 20 years that I've received any royalties on, I've only received half of the royalties that I should have, because I should have registered the song with my artist account and my publishing account. But I'm thinking, oh, I'm a big shot publisher. I only need to register with my publishing account. Like, I don't even know how the fucking business works. And I've been trying and trying and trying for years. And, like, I'll even call the 800 number for technical support. And, like, they assume that I know shit like that. And then I gotta go and watch a video like, oh, who are those guys? Churt Cow, Andy Churt Cow, and who's his lawyer? They got a band called Beatnik Turtle, and they were talking about that shit. Like, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But on the bright side, I don't even think I've made $1,000 in royalties, so big loss. I missed out on $100 or something. But it's a little mistake like that just, it's like, I'm a goddamn musician. I'm a goddamn artist. You know, yeah, being DIY is really cool when you're a punk. When you're a punk rocker, you can make your own photocopied album covers down at Kinko's, and you can sell records at all the shows you play, you know, and, you know, if you're not playing a show every night of the week, well, then your scene sucks. Because real punk rockers party every night, you know, and each party is different. You play a backyard party on Monday. You play an abandoned building party on Tuesday. You play a frat party on Wednesday. Then, of course, the frat party's a kegger. And, of course, the abandoned building party, that's where everybody's smoking crack. No, I'm just kidding. But, seriously, you play your jam space on Thursday. Because Thursdays, that's when you always play at the gym. That's your practice day. You got to get ready in case you got a Friday gig or a Saturday gig. So, if you're not jamming on Thursday, man, you might be rusty by the weekend. Shit. And then, yeah, hopefully on Friday and Saturday, you're playing an all-ages venue on Friday. And then an adult bar, nightclub venue on Saturday. Then on Sunday, if you're totally awesome, you're playing at some weird church where, like, everybody that goes to it is a fucking freak. And it's like no church that you've ever fucking seen in your life. But everyone is welcome. And then on Monday, well, wash, rinse, and repeat, right? Backyard party, abandoned building. Anyways, yeah, so if you're selling records every day of the week, you know, you can print out 5,000 records and have them sold, you know, by the end of the summer. But, you know, for some punk rock bands, selling 500 7-inch records is a huge achievement. Hell, selling 100 records is a huge achievement. Selling anything is a huge achievement. Like, if sell some, I still sell, the last thing I sold was an audio cassette tape, and I think I sold it just because of the novelty factor. But right before that, I sold a different audio, I had a couple audio cassettes on me that night. Anyway, prior to that, I sold an audio cassette to somebody that was actually just glad to have it. They're like, oh, cool, I got a tape player in my car. I'll play this on the drive home. I'm like, awesome. $5. Yeah. And then the next guy is like,
Audio tape? Audio cassette? What? Who is this guy? What is this, the 1970s?
did you come through a time warp? Wait a minute. And it's like, this guy's a drunk millennial. Cool. And he bought my tape. So, for the novelty factor alone. Hey. But, I digress. It's nice having notable acts from the area. Notable acts like Authority Zero. Oh, and the Meat Puppets, as previously mentioned. And, the Congoos. Perhaps, the Bad Moods are an up-and-coming local act from what I understand. I haven't seen them, but heard about them. Not a bad place to be. I mean, Chester started out here, and look where he went. Shit, man. Linkin Park's one of the biggest bands ever to exist. Really. Anyways, I gotta go. It's been fun. See you next time. I'm JJ Styles with Bright Idea Records. BrightIdeaRecords.com. I almost said something like, subscribe, but, give me a break. What do I look like?